This lesson, we learn how to get a general formula for total capacitance of n capacitors connecting series. This circuit shows there are n capacitors connecting series. It begins with capacitor C1, and then C2, C3. The last capacitor is called Cn. From previous lesson, we should know that for two capacitors that connect in series, the formula is Ceq equals to C1 times C2 and divided by the sum of C1 and C2. If you remember, this pattern, this structure is same as the formula for finding the total resistance of two parallel resistors. That is Req equals to R1 times R2 divided by R1 plus R2. The general formula for n resistors in parallel is 1 over Req equals to 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2 plus and then 1 over Rn. The general formula for n capacitors in series is the same format. So we can write 1 over Ceq equal to 1 over C1 plus 1 over C2 plus 1 over Cm. This should be the easiest method that helps us to remember the total capacitance of n capacitors in series. Let's work on the example here. We need to find the total capacitance Ceq for three capacitors, C1, C2, and C3 connect in series. First, write down a general formula. 1 over Ceq equals to 1 over C1 plus 1 over C2 plus 1 over C3. And then that equals to 1 over 30 microfarad plus 1 over 60 microfarad and plus 1 over 90 microfarad. Since they are all microfarad, in the calculation I just omit the unit for now. After entering these numbers into a calculator, we got 1 over Ceq equals to 0.033 plus 0.017 plus 0.011 and that equals to 0.061. Ceq equal to 1 over 0.061. And so this equals to 16.39 microfarad. This is not the only way to solve the problem. We can use the two capacitor formula to solve the problem. By grouping two capacitors at a time, find the total capacitance of these two capacitors. And then we combine this capacitance with another capacitors using the same formula. Since this is not my preferred method, I'm not going to show the calculation here. If you're interested, you can use this method to find the total capacitance of this circuit and then compare the result to the above method.